Alright, I'm doing this out of a request from my son, so if you hear little kids in the background, this is because it is. He likes to watch Rayman Legends. It's a game I probably bought for like $2 when it was on sale. And it's actually quite a fun game for anybody who's likes the old 2D type stuff. I'm gonna go ahead. The hub world is basically a bunch of paintings. These are all the different character skins. I like Assassin Ray. It's obviously from Assassin's Creed, which is another Ubisoft game. But basically, your currency is these lums in the upground. I say currency because it's really not a matter of spending currency. It's just like once you get 130,000, this unlocks. You don't lose any of it. And apparently the last one is like 1 million. I don't even know if I'll ever get around to that. There's also teensies. There's 700 teensies littered throughout all the paintings. And the teensies can be in both these worlds, which is actually the Rayman Legends game, but also if you earn so many scores in each level, you get these scratch-offs. And the scratch-offs, some of the things you can win are the Back to Origins, which are some of the classic Rayman levels. The other things you can win in the scratch-offs are these creatures. You try to collect all the creatures, and the good thing about the creatures is every day they give you lumps. And the gold coins are worth, let's see, well, 50, I guess, probably around 50 lumps each. You can kind of see there's a hierarchy. You kind of have some normal ones down here. The second rung usually has some hats on them. And then the top run is always like the king and queen. And then you just get 1 lum each for the bottom. Looks like around 50 each for the second, and then 100 for the top because they have 2 coins each. But there is finite number ones that you can get. You can also get lums from scratch-offs, and you can also get teensies from scratch-offs. So even though I guess it is random, my guess is at some point they will make sure that you get all of the teensies and all the paintings. And once you get all the creatures and paintings and the teensies, you'll probably just get nothing but lumps. I haven't gotten that far, of course, but that may be what it is. There are these weekly challenges. You can kind of go up here, and this will tell you what the challenges are. You do get stuff for challenges. You get lums. You get stuff. Anytime you unlock something, this is kind of nice. It's kind of like your notification. So this will show you where all the new stuff. I have beaten the game, as in I have beaten basically the last boss, and I've rescued all of the girl characters. I'll show you that in a little bit. But this world is all the music levels, and I have yet to beat it yet. And I can show you in the first world. Each world has so many different paintings, and there's also 2 doors with these girls on them that they can be rescued. They usually just go through 1 level, then you rescue them. And then also as you're going through the game, you got these little invasion paintings, in which case it's usually more of a time trial of a certain section of the level. And the faster you get to it, the more teensies you can rescue, up to 3 teensies. You see the skulls, that's the difficulty. Also, I'm not sure how to tell, but there are some levels where the evil Rayman will come through, and you'll have to like race him or fight him or whatever. But you can see most levels, each level is they have 8 teensies in the king and queen teensy, which do count as just 1 teensy. And then also, if you get so many lums, you get the trophies. This one looks like I'm missing the gold trophy for lums, but I got all the trophies for the teensies. This one I've gotten everything. And also you do the scratchers, which is the reason why I say there has to be a finite, like even though it's luck, at some point they have to take stuff off the board with the scratchers because there's actually a finite number of scratchers. There's only 1 scratcher per world, or per level. But one of the things I like about Rayman is all the king and queens are usually secret doors. There's a lot of levels you can go through that actually will change quite a bit, depending on how you're playing it. If you just want to run through the level, it doesn't take very long. But if you want to collect everything, you normally take very long. But that's the reason why my favorite levels, much like in Mario and Sonic and those type of games, my favorite levels are the ones where you basically hold down the run button the whole time. And each world usually has, like, the second to last world will be sort of you running from a boss. The last level will be a boss fight where you have to basically hit the guy 3 times, and it's all gimmicky, but they're fun. But then after that, you get a musical one. And I'm going to do this one first and show you why I actually liked Rayman. And this one is really cool because, like I said, you're holding the run the whole time, but also, everything is in a rhythm, so it's almost like playing Guitar Hero or more like the old Frequency games, in the fact that you sort of know what to do by the song beats. But I'll go ahead and play it and you can easily see what I mean. Each one of these music worlds has 3 teensies to rescue. They're in cages usually. I got them all. Once you've got them, you don't have to get them. But this is a pretty famous rock song, so I'm pretty sure you guys can tell what it is. See how I jumped right about the same time that beat hit. The music didn't change when my action was, but my action I'm dictating by the music. So I actually feel like anytime I'm hitting the jump button or punching, it's usually on some note. Kind of like in Despicable Me, you know, they kind of have their own little language. It's not English. And the checkpoints are somewhat forgiving, but some of these music levels literally have you have to do it all in one go. Plus, it is kind of satisfying to do a music level in all go. I don't know if I will do it all in one go, but this one's pretty easy. So close. Oh, I have to change controllers here a little bit. The checkpoints are pretty forgiving. That's probably one of the first times I've actually gotten this level a long time. I'll do a couple more of the music levels first, then maybe I'll show you guys one of the rescue levels. They're usually pretty much trial and error run the whole time. Anytime we get a scratch, I usually let my son scratch, but like I said, any level that you've already played, you don't get a scratcher. So I'll have to wait. See, if you look down here at all the levels, and they'll show a clover, 4-leaf clover, lets you know that you won the scratcher for that world. So let me head back out. But the scratcher is pretty cool because it uses the PS4 touchpad, and basically it's almost like using it as a like you're doing scratching a lottery ticket. These are all the invasion paintings. I'll probably get around to doing the invasion paintings at some point, but really, I wanted to get the 400 teensies because that unlocks the last musical world. And the last musical world has like one new musical level, but the rest of them are really just remixes of the other ones, and it kind of sounds a little more, they call them 8-bit versions, they sound a little bit more old school, and It kind of makes it look like you're playing in a like a fishbowl. But I like this one. This is kind of a Day of the Dead, kind of Coco inspired. Well, actually this probably came before Coco, but it's inspired by the same stuff. But the song is actually a mariachi version of Eye of the Tiger. And I probably will die at least once on this. I usually do. It's actually the interlude where this level gets a little crazy. Like I said, it's all on timing. Even though it kind of looks difficult, it's really not. But yeah, here we are. Yeah, I usually die at hitting all the flies in that last chain. But like I said, it's pretty satisfying to get the whole music level. We'll do one more music level, and then I will show you one of the rescue levels. And I think that will be it for this video. Like I said, I'm doing this because my son wants to do it. And I want this channel to have some me and my son stuff. I'm really hoping at some point to get a camera for my PS4 so I can start putting some of that in. Because even though I'm a fairly hardcore gamer in many aspects, it'd be nice to have stuff for the kids to watch. And I don't really do a lot of major cursing or something in my videos, so let's see. I believe it's this one. And this is a song that was popularized in Kill Bill. It was done by the band 5678. What's nice about this song is the song itself doesn't actually have real words in it, so this one doesn't need to. For a little fun fact about me and my family, this song was actually played at my wedding. I had some friends of ours who were big into swing dancing, and we ended up I didn't have any music on my Xbox, which we were using to play music. And I didn't really have any swing music, which is odd because I have a little bit of everything. But I did have this song, and they heard it and they said that would work. So this one was this level was a little more difficult. There's a lot more like swimming and stuff. So we'll see how I do. But the song you'll recognize pretty instantly. Yeah. Song, I believe it's Woo Woo. But that might be what the title of the song was called. Yeah, see, I was supposed to duck down there. A lot of times the rescuing is so optional. I forget that sometimes the game developers don't do anything on accident. to be one of the free games with the PS4, so if anybody hasn't really given this a shot, I don't see any reason why you can't. It might have even been a free PS Plus game at one point. I just, like I said, I don't remember because this is actually one of the first games I bought when the system came early. We'll do that. I'll show you a little bit of one of the rescue levels. I may not even defeat it, but I'll sort of show you that, yes, the game seems simple, so that it seems easy. It's really not. Most regular levels, I think almost anybody can do, but the rescue ones are pretty much will test you on your skills. And also, a lot of people know this to play it. The Rayman actually has a multiplayer feature, not completely unlike the new Mario Wii and Wii U games, where you can have a second player join you for the level. And basically, it's just like in the Mario ones where, say, your second player's not doing very good, or some levels just don't do well with the second player because you pretty much have to keep up. They will kind of bubble. And so that basically, just because your second player dies doesn't mean you have to start all over either. And I think you can hit your player too, which, you know, some people don't like. But alright, this is, like I said, every time you beat it, and then you get the chance to you unlock one of these girls, then I can jump into it and become the girl if I want. But these levels are almost always the same. They're usually those old school Mario levels where something is behind you, kind of coming at you, and if you stay too long, you will get crushed or burned or speared or whatever. And like I said, these are some of my favorite type of levels because even though it's not like one of the music levels with some iconic song in the back, it still has pretty good score, and it just feels really satisfying to do it. And I think, if I remember right, these are one and dones, basically. You die, you start over from the beginning of the level. You have to do it in one run. But like I said, when you're running, you can actually run up like Spider-Man and even run upside down. And I guess I will die on here. See? As I said, it doesn't take very long at all. Oh, okay. This one has checkpoints. The one that's after this does not have checkpoints. Wow. I can't believe I missed that twice in a row. I said, there's a lot of, like, faith with these plants now. It's got checkpoints. Okay, let's try this again. Now that I've been so distracted. This is definitely one of those levels where you don't want to be too distracted. And you sort of have a double jump, but the problem is you have this like propellery float mechanic, which is nice. But sometimes you'll try and double jump or just regular jump, and if you accidentally hit that second button, you'll float. Like I said, it really is just a matter of memorizing it. Like I said, it's pretty rhythmic as well. My memory's pretty good, so I'm usually pretty good at these type of games because of it. Yep. All it takes is one mess up. Because some of these jumps are almost really automatic. It's more of a matter of when you press jump than it is to, like, it's not like the Mario where, you know, you press and then you go backwards. because you might have missed it. You know, there is a lot of that here in Rayman 2, but some of it, like this, is not. You literally just have to press X at the right time. Level and then we'll log end it. And there it is. Looks like that's going to be it for today. I've got other duties that are going to affect me. So, I may do a couple more of these Rayman levels. I might even open up a new profile and start all over at some point. So,
bye. See ya. Inside. Remember me. Okay. Bye. See ya. There you have it. Yeah.
Alright. Kratos out.